spoke to you at the final press conference at Heyday 2,
Yeah.
And you confirmed that if you came through your fight against Arnold the Krober Jajaj and your good friend Shannon Briggs came through,
my pal Shannon Briggs,
your boy Shannon Briggs came through his fight, you potentially will clash maybe September, October.
Yeah.
I spoke to Shannon this week.
How is he?
He's well.
Send him my love.
I'm sure he's watching. I did a phone interview with him and he confirmed that he was not your opponent. Social media.
Listen, he said, the reason why the fight hasn't happened is because his stipulation was the fight with myself had to be on pay-per-view in the UK because he believed it did big numbers. I agree. I think myself and Shannon Briggs does do great numbers, but it can't happen if there's no world title connected to it. Me fighting Shannon Briggs in a non-title fight isn't pay-per-view worthy. If I win a version of the world title, or if he wins a version of the world title, then we fight. Now that's a fight that can be on pay-per-view. But at this point, I can only fight him on Dave or a terrestrial television network, which doesn't put big money in. I was fine with that, you know, splitting whatever the money will be. That was easy. I don't genuinely think I could beat him pretty easy, to be honest. No, he's a handful for a couple of rounds, then I'll drill him and knock him out. Not a big issue, and it'll be a fun fight for the fans. It will sell tickets, and he's a great promoter, a great market man. I love the videos of him chasing me around. So every time I see him, I'm like, oh, Shannon's coming.
You actually follow him on Instagram as well, don't you?
Yeah. It's hilarious. It does. If I'm feeling down and I want to laugh, I go through Shannon's Instagram. If you don't follow him. He's hilarious. But believe me, I will fight him, and when it happens, look at the story. You know, I will have a world title in my next fight or the fight after that. If things go the way I think they're going to go. If they do go that way, I will have a belt around my waist. And then me and Shannon Briggs can fight on pay-per-view like he needs, because he's 44 years of age. If I beat him up on a terrestrial television network in the UK and he gets $300,000, once he pays his tax, once he pays his promoter, his manager, his training fees, his expenses, blah, 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 he'll walk away with $100,000. That's not quite a retirement. It's not quite a retirement sort of chunk of change he needs. So he's got to be patient. He doesn't seem the most patient guy to me. I'm very patient. I've learned in my life, you know, the right things happen at the right time. So although he's screaming and shouting and everyone's wanting me, when are you going to fight him? I'll fight him when it can happen. You know, I like the way that he's hyping the fight up, and I genuinely want to knock him out. I'd love to knock him out and scream in his face, oh, let's go champ, when he's on the floor. I'd love to do that. I'd love to do it. It'd be so much fun, and it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. I know he's not going anywhere. He's chased everybody else around. Klitschko ain't going to fight. Deontay Wilder ain't going to fight him. But he knows I want to fight him, and he knows the only reason he isn't fighting me is because our fight wasn't pay-per-view worthy. That's the only reason. He knows that deep down, but he's just screaming anyway. Why don't you fight me? Fight me! I'm like trying to chase me around. I was in New York, come to watch my boy fight, and I had to run away from the guy. I don't want to fight. I've had the situation with Derek Chisora when he got in my face, and I held my ground, and ended up having a punch up with him, and nearly got arrested and got fined, and there's a whole drama. I don't need that. I've learnt that lesson once before.
Being 36,
and being 36 now, when I get some big crazy guy walking up to me going, "Let's go!" I'm like, later. I'm going this way, thanks. And that's how it would be. So you're not going to see any face-to-faces with any of my opponents anymore, because I don't like switching.